Hello and welcome to ET Energy World. I am Sudhir and we are at the India Energy Week talking to none other than Mr. Akshay Kumar Singh. He is the MD and CEO of Petronet LNG, among the largest energy sector companies in this part of the world. First of all, a very warm welcome to you on our platform, sir.
Thank you.
So let me begin this conversation by trying to understand from you what are the broad trends in the energy market that you see developing currently. It's a very traditionally a very volatile market, but we today see that the prices are very high. What does that mean for India? What does it mean for customers? And what does it mean for PLL as a company?
So traditionally, India has a quite good percentage of long-term contract. We have almost 75 to 80% volume being used in India is on long-term basis. And when the prices are very volatile and on very high range, then it affects some export volumes. And consumer in India are very price sensitive, and they analyze if the replacement fuel cost is economical, only then they switch over from the existing fuel to the gaseous fuel. There are many consumers which are operating on dual fuel systems, and we find that when the prices are normal and long term, even for 1 month or 2 months on sustainable basis, they easily switch over to the gaseous fuel, and that improves the consumption. So currently, the prices of the spot LNG is quite on higher side. It is almost at $15 to $16. But we expect that once the winter of European country is over, where the major consumptions of LNG is there, the prices will normalize, and the Indian consumptions of natural gas will improve, and we will be importing more LNG.
So when you say normalize, what is the broad range that you are referring to?
See, right now the long term the volumes are at the price of around $10 to $11, and when the exports are 15 to 16, there is a gap of $4 to $5. So when the long term and exports are in a range of $1 minus or plus, we call it a normal, and in that time there is a good increase in the volume offtake of the imported LNG. So it was quite longer period during the last year. If you analyze, the large part of the year was both long term and exports are near, and that is the reason we could increase 21% volume of imported LNG versus the previous year. And expectation is that the similar trends will come in this year, and the things will normalize.
So what has been the trend in India's LNG imports over the past 2 or 3 years, and where do you see that heading in the years to come? And what part, which industries, which part of the sector economy will uptake a large part of that
Actually,
that consumption?
if you see that in 2019, the India was importing 26 million ton, but then we were hit by the COVID, and the consumption reduced from 26 to 24 to 22 to even 20 million ton, and now it has again come back to 27 million ton. So you can say in 5 years, just because of the impact of the COVID and Ukraine-Russia war, and even the Middle East ongoing conflicts has impacted majorly the LNG prices in the international market. But now things are looking quite good in the future, and India is the 4th largest importer of the LNG, and it is expected that going forward, once the prices are stable, you can say, and reasonable, there is a large appetite of LNG in our country. And in fact, the power sectors, we have seen last year during the May, June, July, the power sector demand increased almost double. We used to consume 20 million MMSCMD gas in power sector, it increased even to 40 MMSCMD gas. And similar things is expected in future also, when the summer is there, where the prices are normalized, because the European country also doesn't need that much quantity of the LNG, and that helps us to get the normal price LNG.
Sir, LNG imports for India, it went up from 22 to 26, right, in the past 2 calendar years. Where do you see things landing in the current calendar year?
See, once we talk about increase of the primary energy basket, natural gas from 6% to 15%, it translates into even 120 million ton of LNG requirement. That much is requirement if you want to achieve a 15% in our energy basket.
So over
But,
what period of time this?
That is up to 2030.
Okay.
So in coming 5 to 6 years. And that is the reason all infrastructures are being built. All the 307 GA awarded, and literally entire India is getting covered through the pipe natural gas. Barring the Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep and a small island, almost 100% of population of India is getting covered by pipe natural gas. And once the transmission networks, which is around 10,000 kilometers, which is also at different stages of construction, is completed in coming 2-3 years time, the connectivity issue will be resolved, and the terminal expansion is also going on. The Petronet LNG itself is expanding its Dahej terminal from 17.5 million ton to 22.5 million ton, which is expected to be completed in 3 to 4 months time. And even we are in a process of setting up 5 million ton land-based terminal in east coast of India, that is in Odisha, Gopalpur. And our existing LNG terminal at Kochi, which is presently being utilized only 20 to 25%.
Yeah.
Once the grid connectivity is completed by the GAIL, which is expected by this year end, then we will be getting connected Kochi terminal with the national gas grid, and theoretically the Kochi gas can flow to Nangal, to Guwahati, to Calcutta, to any part of the country, and we expect that there will be quite large uptick of capacity utilization of Kochi terminals.
How much is the total investment that is going into all these three, including Gopalpur, which is a new terminal, and the existing two terminals expansion? What is the total broad investment?
No, if I consider the all company combined together,
Yeah.
the downstream and midstreams and this terminal regasification all together almost $65 billion investment, $65 billion. Infrastructure development to meet the requirement of such a large volume, and different stakeholders are playing their role, and PLL is also one of the major role player, and we are working to complete these ongoing expansions and the new terminals, and even the other area of petrochemical also we are we are setting up. You must be aware, we are setting up one petrochemical plant at Dahej, which is of 750 KTPA PDH and 500 KTPA polypropylene plant, and also have a ethane and propane handling facility. So first
this is
time,
part of the $65 billion plan, or
yeah, no, it is additional.
it is additional?
It is additional, but unique feature of the petrochemical is that first time in India, we will be using the cold energy of existing LNG plant for petrochemical refrigeration cycle.
Okay.
So it is going to help us largely in the OPEX optimization of the petrochemical. Also, we are setting up third jetty to handle more volume of LNG cargo at the head when we are expanding from 17.5 to 22.5. And that third LNG jetty will also have a ethane and propane handling facility. So propane is required as a feedstock for the petrochemical plant, and ethane is required by our other associated companies and the promoters company. And from 28 onward, when the RAS gas is not committing to give the rich gas, then we will be able to supply the ethane and propane to these downstream petrochemical plants. And that is the reason we are also developing the ethane and propane handling facility along with the petrochemical at Dahej.
Okay, that's great. Sir, thank you for your time. This was great talking to you, and thanks for informing us about all of these important developments. Great talking to you, and we really look forward to hosting you again on our platform. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.